In late August 1921, the ridges of Logan County, West Virginia, saw the start of the largest armed labor uprising in United States history. 10,000 coal miners, white, black, and immigrant laborers, marched together against a private corporate army of detectives and deputies. To identify one another in the dense woods, this multiracial militia adopted a single identifier, a red bandana tied around the neck. Newspaper reporters watching the march dubbed them the Redneck Army. That act of labor solidarity provides the first documented origin of the term. Tracing the history of that square of cotton reveals how it became a secret language and a tool for the most marginalized groups in American history. The name itself points to South Asia. It derives from the Hindi term bandhanu, which means to tie. It began as a handcrafted luxury. Artisans pinched and tied tiny beads of silk before submerging them in dye, creating the vibrant patterns worn as royal turbans and shawls. This teardrop shape, the boteh, represented a cypress tree, an ancient symbol for life. British traders brought it to Europe, where Scottish dyeworks mechanically stamped the design onto cotton, transitioning it from handcrafted silk into a mass-produced industrial product. These bright, inexpensive cotton squares were shipped across the Atlantic, becoming a staple of the American western frontier. In the field, the bandana served as a filter for trail dust and a way to absorb sweat under the sun. While popular history often portrays the frontier as white, the records of the era show that black cowboys and laborers relied on this same equipment. Mexican vaqueros integrated the cloth as a functional part of the work gear they used to manage cattle. Indigenous populations adopted the imported printed fabric as well, incorporating it into traditional dress. By the end of the 19th century, the bandana was standard issue for outdoor labor. In the decades that followed, it would move into the factory and the city to serve a very different purpose. As the workforce moved into deep coal mines and assembly lines, the bandana followed them indoors. During World War II, women entering factories wore red polka dot bandanas for a practical safety reason, keeping their hair from getting caught in moving machinery. That safety protocol created the image of Rosie the Riveter, fixing the red bandana in culture as a symbol of women entering the industrial workforce. By 1970, in San Francisco, the garment evolved into a specific, silent communication system. Because of the threat of arrest and violence, queer men needed a way to identify one another and communicate specific preferences without speaking. This developed into the Hanky Code. Each color corresponded to a specific interest or fetish, allowing for detailed exchanges at a glance. The system included spatial logic. A left pocket bandana signaled a dominant role, while the right signaled a submissive one. For a community facing systemic exclusion, this square of cotton functioned as a life-saving private network. Over 3 centuries, the bandana has moved from a South Asian symbol of eternity to a marker of identity for coal miners, factory workers, and the queer community. In the late 20th century, organizations like the Bloods and Bloods adopted it as a territorial flag, using red and blue to mark neighborhood boundaries. Today, those same patterns appear on luxury high-fashion runways, often stripped of the labor and survival histories that made them famous. The bandana persists because it is inexpensive and accessible. It carries no fixed rank, which allows it to take on the identity of whoever chooses to wear it. It shows that when a group is denied a voice, they will build a new language out of the materials they have. Next time you see a classic Paisley print, remember the codes it once carried. To see more hidden histories behind the objects we use every day, hit subscribe.
Subscribe to us for more such videos.